In Japanese folklore, there's an interesting kind of river monster known as a kappa. Kappa literally means river child in Japanese. They do resemble kids in a way, but their skin is green. What further distinguishes them from a normal child is their unnerving round eyes, a nose that's way longer than normal, webbed fingers and toes, as well as turtle shells on their backs. But the craziest part of this monster's appearance is a dent on the top of their head that goes deep enough to hold water like a bowl. Oh, and they have a gross fish smell to them, basically across the board. The water that sits inside their head dent is extremely important to a kappa. In fact, the water in their head bowl is representative of the monster's power, and can actually be used against it if confronted by one. Kappa have an obsession with following ritual and courtesy, so bowing to a kappa can cause it to reactively bow back out of respect, which will cause it to spill its water from the head bowl. This will basically render the monster harmless for the time being since it lost its sense of power. A kappa must keep this water in their head bowl full. Whenever they venture too far away from the waters, they lose their power, their strength, and their magic. Without this water, a kappa could possibly even die. So if a human comes upon a kappa in this dire strait and fills their head bowl with water, that kappa will owe them a debt and will be eternally grateful and help them and their family for the rest of their lifetime. For the most part, a kappa will be content to stay in its own watery home. This is where it does the majority of its hunting and feeding. They'll wait under the waters, patiently stalking for prey, and when a suitable victim comes around to drink from the water, the kappa will reach out and grab it, pulling the victim under the water. As the victim drowns, the kappa will bite with their razor-sharp teeth right into the victim's anus and vampirically suck out its blood for sustenance. Though not very tall, a kappa is pretty physically imposing, and it is unwise to underestimate a kappa's physical prowess. They're really strong and skilled martial artists in sumo wrestling, so straight up physically fighting one without a weapon is kind of suicidal and should be avoided. But even though they are brutal fighters, they're actually talented healers as well, being excellent at the art of bone setting and many other medicinal skills. This river demon has magical powers that can be used for both good and evil. Unfortunately for humans, kappa seem to enjoy playing tricks with their powers more so than anything else. Technically, a kappa is considered to be a type of suijin, a water deity. So they're not really a demon or a yokai or any of the bad names. I guess they could be considered yokai though, but technically they are river spirits. The physical description of kappa also changed from region to region within Japan, with the consensus mostly being the green turtle-like humanoid I already said, but they also are just like more reptilian and weird looking too. You know, scaly skin and just reptile-like. Their skin color varies as well, with some hues even being yellow or blue. There are even accounts of hairy kappa that are known as hyosube. And these kappa are hungry ogre-like monsters that you do not want to meet. Considering the origins of the kappa, there's multiple choice options. Some even say that they're aliens that somehow found their way to Earth and returned to their own planet through whirlpools. And oddly enough, kappa are one of the few vampiric monsters that actually enjoy normal types of food as well. Actually, obsession would be more accurate because they have a massive cucumber fetish. It doesn't matter what's going on, if they're in danger, if they're out for prey, or even if they're attacking people. Whatever a kappa is doing, they will immediately drop it if they notice a cucumber in the vicinity. They'll do whatever it takes to steal away a cucumber, wherever the opportunity presents itself. So if one knows that they are journeying near a place where kappa are known to inhabit, keeping a cucumber on hand can be the difference between life and death. Cucumbers also have a magical protective use with kappa. One can write their last name on a cucumber and give it to a kappa as a gift. This is a powerful boon, because it will not only protect the person who offered the cucumber, but that person's whole family will be protected from kappa attacks as well. Though the protection does only last for a limited amount of time, so make sure that you keep on giving cucumbers to Kappa as offerings. Though these dreaded butthole vampires can be seen as pretty malevolent, obsessed with an object called Shirikodama, a mysterious jewel thought to contain a person's life force that is located in the shiri, the anus. And they are capable of casually committing horrendous crimes. However, they're not pure evil or mindlessly destructive. Kappa are intelligent and can be pretty cultured. For example, a Kappa can actually be pretty respectful and courteous. They're also trustworthy and honorable monsters with a strong sense of dignity. They have a lot of reverence for tradition and those who also respect it. A Kappa can even be reasonable or bargained with, such as instead of killing someone outright, they can be challenged to a wrestling match or some test of wits where they'll only kill their victim if they lose. Kappas are even pretty willing to enter into mutually beneficial agreements, such as avoiding certain places and not attacking people if their demands are met. They'll usually be willing to avoid all kinds of mischievous behavior simply for a steady supply of cucumbers. But if you get too close to the waters with irreverence, then watch out for this dreaded butthole vampire.